In this video, you're going to learn how to calculate simple interest. So interest is something you'll see a lot of as you get older. This is something that banks charge if you're taking out a loan or a credit card. It's also something that can be earned, for example, like a savings account or some kind of investment where interest is earned. There is a formula for simple interest, and it's not something you're ever going to be given. It's something you're going to have to memorize. Get my pen to work, maybe. But I like thinking of it as I is Purdy. So I equals PRT. So I represents the amount of interest that was earned. Oops, I can't spell. P represents the principal amount. R represents the rate. This is always going to be as a percentage. T represents the time. Time's got to be represented in years. All right, so for this first one, you've got $675 at 4% for 3 years. And for these first few, you're just looking for the simple interest. So I'm going to write out this formula, and the more you write it out, the better you're going to remember it. So we are looking for the interest. The principal is the $675. The rate is 4%. The time is 3. So I'm going to substitute that into the formula. And then I'm going to show you how to use Desmos for this. Oops, that's a 3. But anyway, so if you put it into Desmos just like I have it here, it will calculate the interest for you. So I've got 4% of 675 times 3. And this gives me 81. So this is $81 in interest. For 3, we've got $225 at 5.4% for 2 years. So this is going to be the principal, the rate, the time. And I'm going to substitute that into the formula. And I know you can just throw this into Desmos and it will give you the interest, but you need to show the formula, write out the formula so you remember what it is. So you're going to put the interest in first. Times 225 times 2. So 5.4. Don't know why that keeps popping up. 5.4% of 225 times 2. And that gives me $24.30. All right, for number 5, you got $14,095 at 3.8% for 5.5 years. So this is your principal, this is your rate, this is the time. Write out the formula. I is Purdy. And then put it into Desmos with the percent coming first. times the principal, that is a 9, times the time, all right, 3.8% of 14,095 times, and I'm just going to put this in as a decimal, 5.5, and that is the interest that was earned on that account. So this is going to be, if I run it to the hundreds place, $2,945.86. For number 7, we're going to do the same thing, $460 at 2.99% for 6 months. So if you remember, your time has to be in terms of years. So there are 12 months in a year. This is for 6 months. So this is going to be simplified to a half. So that is going to be your time in years, a half. All right, write out your formula. I is Purdy. Put it into Desmos with the percent coming first. The principal and the time. All right, 460 times, I'm going to put this in as a decimal, 0.5, and I get $6.88. For these next few, you've really got to read the question, because some are asking how much interest was earned, and some are asking for like the total amount that was repaid, or how much total amount you would have in the account. For number 9, it says Marcia borrowed $8,975 at a 4.9% interest rate to purchase a used car. How much total will she have paid after 5 years? So first, we've got to calculate the interest. So write out your formula. So this is the principal. This is the rate. This is the time. And substitute that into your formula. So this is going to be 4.9%, $8,975 times 5. So this is just giving me the interest. And since this is a loan that she took out, this is money that she is having to pay back to the bank. And when you're putting in the $8,975 or any number like that, don't leave out the comma. Desmos does not like commas for some reason. So this is the amount of interest that she's having to pay back. So $2,198.88. So the question is asking how much total will she have paid after 5 years. So how much has she paid the bank back altogether? So she took out a loan for $8,975, but she's also having to pay back all this interest, what the bank's charging her for loaning her that money. And altogether, she's going to be paying back $11,173.88. For 11, it says Victor used a 36-month line of credit for $15,000 to remodel his kitchen. If the interest rate is 2.5%, how much will he pay in interest? This one just wants the interest. So I is Purdy. So this one says 36 month. So there are 12 months in a year, okay, because your time has to be in years. So this represents 3 years. This is the principal amount here. This is the rate. So put it into Desmos with the rate coming first. So 2.5% times of 15,000 times 3. And this is going to give you 1,125. This is how much interest he's paying back. All right, so Shane took out a 5.5-year loan, a 5.5-year loan from the bank in order to purchase a $12,000 motorcycle. At the end of the loan, he had paid $3,267 in interest. Find the interest rate. So this one is a little bit different because you're finding a missing piece in this formula. You're not solving for the interest. So it says he took out a 5.5-year loan. So this represents the time. He purchased a $12,000 motorcycle. This is the principal, the amount he borrowed. And then it says at the end of the loan, he had paid $3,267 in interest. So this is I. So we're looking for the rate. We're solving for R. So we're going to substitute everything that we were given into the formula. So we know the interest is $3,267. We know the amount he borrowed, that was $12,000. We know the length of the loan, the time, which is 5.5, but we don't know R. So we're going to solve this. First, I've got to simplify this part right here, the 12,000 times 5.5. And that gives me 66,000. So 3,267. This is 66,000. 66,000 R. So now to get R by itself, I got to divide both sides by 66,000. And I end up with 0.0495 for R. I've still got to turn this into a percent though, so I got to move my decimal 2 places to the right, and this is going to give me an interest rate of 4.95%. All right, last one. Elena started a savings account with $3,000. The account earned $10 each month in interest over a 5-year period. Find the interest rate. So this is just like the previous one. We're solving for the interest rate. So now you've got to identify what you were given. So she started a savings account with $3,000. So this is your principal amount, what she started with. The account earned $10 each month in interest over a 5-year period. This one is slightly different because it's earning $10 each month over 5 years. So we've got to figure out how many months are in 5 years. So there's 12 months in 1 year. This is over 5 years. So 5 times 12 is going to be 60 months. So 60 months, and it's earning $10 each month. So this is a total of $600 in interest. So that is going to be, this is I. And then we've got the time, which is 5. All right, so my interest is 600. principal is going to be 3,000. The time is 5, and we're solving for r. So I'm going to simplify this part right here, this 3,000 times 5, which is going to give me 15,000. 15,000 r. To get r by itself, I've got to divide both sides by 15,000. And this is going to give me 0.04 for r. I've still got to turn this into a percent, so I've got to move my decimal 2 places to the right. And this is going to be 4%.